One bright morning, Chipnut and Tootool were walking slowly along a quiet forest path. The soft dew sparkled on the leaves, and the sweet sound of birds filled the air. The forest was calm, but suddenly, Chipnut stopped and perked up his ears. He heard a faint buzzing sound, strange and worrying. They walked closer and, to their surprise, saw a little bee trapped under a heavy fallen leaf. The poor bee flapped its tiny wings again and again, but it just couldn't escape. Chipnut's eyes widened in shock, while Tootool moved closer with concern on his face. Chipnut bent down and tried to lift the big leaf with both paws, but it was far too heavy. Seeing his struggle, Tootool bravely stepped forward to help. Together, the two friends grabbed the edge of the leaf and pulled with effort. The bee buzzed weakly from underneath, as if whispering, "Please, help me." Chipnut pulled hard, but the heavy leaf didn't move at all. Tootool pressed his strong shell against it, straining with all his strength. Finally, the leaf shifted just a little, and the bee saw a tiny ray of sunlight. Chipnut's face lit up with hope, and he cheered, "Just a little more, Tootool." But suddenly, a strong wind rushed through the forest, shaking the tall trees. Leaves swirled in the air, and the heavy leaf pressed down even harder on the helpless bee. Chipnut stumbled back in the gust, almost falling to the ground, but quickly caught himself again. Tootool leaned in, his face tense, and pushed harder with his legs and shell. The bee underneath grew weaker and weaker, its tiny wings trembling faintly. Chipnut clenched his teeth, every muscle in his body tight, and pulled with all his might. Both friends refused to give up, their hearts filled with determination. At that very moment, Tootool gave one more strong push with all his weight. Together, their strength was enough. At last, the big leaf lifted up on one side. The golden sunlight poured in, and the bee crawled out into freedom at last. Chipnut jumped with joy, throwing his arms high into the air. The little bee flapped its wings quickly, buzzing in happy circles above them. Tootool let out a big laugh of relief, his eyes shining with happiness. Grateful for their kindness, the bee gently landed right on top of Chipnut's head. Chipnut froze for a moment, then laughed, his heart warm with joy. Soon after, the bee lifted off